Greeting representatives. I would like to open with showing my gratitude and in turn King Kuzam's gratitude for your nation's cooperation in establishing this meeting in the first place and arriving here in Stockholm under Her Majesty's grace. With that said, I would like to draw attention and recognition to the fact that this conflict between a local power and a people's uprising was escalated by near immediate Soviet involvement, and then subsequent Roman involvement, before an invocation or invitation of the UN was made. It was only after the Soviet sabotage of the locks of the Bosporus and the sinking of a number of shipping vessels that we convene here today. I would also like to draw attention to the fact that the epicenter of the Kurdish uprising in Turkey was in a landlocked region of eastern Turkey, and that the damage to the straits has impacted regional trade greatly, with the navies of Obninziki and Bulgaria having to begin merchant escorting missions due to the commandeering of merchant vessels by Soviet soldiers. I would like to note that much of Obninziki's grain and foodstuffs exporting flows through the straits, exports that other nations rely on to not cause famine. The Soviet representative does make a fair point in kind, however. Regional stability should be assured, and the Kurdish people should have a right to self-determination. However, this issue was not brought before talks before this moment, and instead was escalated by Soviet military involvement against the Turkish military in the Turkish Straits. A point well made by the Roman representatives. Understanding that uprisings may be spontaneous, as a member of the international community, the Soviets have felt a civil duty to bring up such matters affront, so that they may be resolved without conflict and bloodshed unneeded. Obninziki agrees that the straits should remain demilitarized and open to the international community for the purposes of movement and trade. We agree that the Kurdish population should have a say and that we should proceed with a legal process to autonomous rule. We also agree that war does not serve any of us here today, or those who are currently living within the war zone. As a nation nearly bordering Turkey, only through the close ally of Bulgaria, having large sea access to Turkey via the Black Sea, and being a representative seeking peace at foremost, Obninziki is more than ready and willing to take a neutral responsibility in ensuring stability in the region, whether it be carrying the Obnin flag or the flag of the United Nations, to guide the processes that may partake, should they be agreed upon, and to establish and enforce a ceasefire until an outcome in which we are all satisfied with is assured. I will finish with stating that the opening to the Kurdish issue in conflict in Turkey was done most unfavorably. However, in spite of that, today, we have the ability and the means to ensure peace and stability for the region. We should not wish to waste this golden opportunity. Thank you.